Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Wednesday's Top 5 or Top 5 Wednesday. This one was super hard for me because I don't read a lot of series. So the prompt was series that are ending soon, but I kind of changed it to series that I want to finish, which are not very many. It took me a long time to come up with my 5, but I know that there's more that I want to give a shot to, because like I'm going to be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, that series. Whoa. I'm sorry, I scared myself a little bit. I'm going to be rereading the Holly Jackson series, the like really good one. How to Get Away with Murder? No. How to Get Away with Pip? What is that book called? What is that series? Yeah, I'm gonna read that entire series again. I have read that one. I'm going to read A Court of Thorns and Roses. That one terrifies me. And I have a bunch of other ones that like somewhat intrigue me that I'm gonna at least try. And when I say I'm gonna at least try, I'm gonna read the first book, and if I like the first book, then I'm gonna continue on with the series. And I thought about doing a video like that because that was fairly easy, but then I was going through my books and I'm like, oh, okay, this is part of a series, this part of a series, this part of a series. So these are like my 5 options or 5 series that I would like to finish ASAP. Do I want to finish them in the year of 2020? No, because I know some of them won't be finished this year. Like I will not be finished reading them this year, but they're like high priority for series. Next year, should I read series? Oh my gosh, no, we're going on a tangent. So the first one I am caught up on. This is Harlot's Bay. This is At First Bite by Olivia Dade. This was sent to me this year. It came out in February. I think that this is the first in a series. I don't know how long the series is going to be. I think like either 2 or 3 books. But I would love to continue on with this when it comes out. You follow Athena, whose fiance breaks off the engagement, goes to their honeymoon on his own, and she had already quit her teaching job, so she packs up her entire life and moves to the house that her and Johnny, I think his name was Johnny, bought together. And now she lives here, but on this side is Johnny's house. On this side is Johnny's brother Matthew's house. And this is like a very hate to love romance between them, but more than that, this is a contemporary about Athena, who is like plus size rep. Love that. But she's also struggling with depression and anxiety disorder, and you know, I mean, her whole life just exploded. She had already quit her job. She put in her notice. She's like, I'm not signing a new contract for next school year because me and my my future husband are going to move to Harlot's Bay, and so I'm going to start a life there. Not knowing that he was going to call off the wedding like a week before the wedding, 2 weeks before the wedding. I don't know, it was really close to the wedding. But part of the reason that Johnny called off the wedding was Matthew. And then now Athena is like struggling with life, and it's really, really sad. It's trigger warnings galore, but it was just perfect. It was the best series opener. Not that I read a lot of series though, so take that with a grain of salt, but this was so good. I think I read this entire thing in one day. So, perfect. The next one is, I'm one book behind in Abby Jimenez, like Yours Truly and Part of Your World. Those are, Abby Jimenez writes interconnected standalones, but they are interconnected, so they're part of a series in one way or another. So I've read Part of Your World, which I really liked, and then I read Yours Truly, which I loved. I loved Yours Truly more than Part of Your World. And then Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez is the next in that interlocked series. I would actually really like to read this summer, like in the next 3 months. If I don't, then I feel like this one's gonna wait until next year, and I really don't want to stand on a Abby Jimenez book. Like, I need to read this, so I should be reading this. It says 4 dates, a kiss, and a breakup. That's all it will take to find their soulmate. When it comes to love, Emma is cursed. Every guy she dates finds his true love after they break up. But it turns out she's not the only one afflicted with this condition. His name is Justin, and his Reddit thread about being love's good luck charm has gone viral. So they think that if they date each other, then it'll like counteract their bad luck, and the next one that they date after each other will be their soulmates. At least that's the logic that they have. Then I am one book away from ending the P.S. I Love You series by Cecilia Ahern. This came out like 10 years after P.S. I Love You, and this is called Postscript. This is what happens to Holly after. So in P.S. I Love You, Holly's husband, Jerry dies of cancer, but he knew that he was gonna die, so he left Holly like these notes and these really cute things, and he's like, no, you have to go to karaoke, you have to live your life even though I'm not there anymore. And she's basically like, no, I'm not doing it. I love you, and we were together, and like, you're the love of my life. I'm not gonna move on from you. And you know, through trial and error, through a series of events, she goes out to live her life with Jerry, like cheering her on from the afterlife, kind of. And it was so cry-worthy and so sweet. And it was actually the first book that any of you recommended me when I first started my channel, and then I sat on that book for a long time and didn't read it, and then I loved it. And now I've been sitting on Postscript for a long time, and I haven't read it, but I want to. I'm just so nervous that, like, you have to be in a certain headspace for this series, I feel like, and like, I just can't. I don't, and part of me, like, I didn't even know that I needed this in my life, but like, I don't want to say goodbye to Holly. It's like ending a chapter of my life that I don't want to end. So I definitely need to read this and I want to read it, but at the same time I'm very conflicted. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm just a complicated human, okay? I'm literally crying thinking about that book. Okay, the next one actually has 3 books left in the series, but I don't know if I'm going to read the Christmas novella. Let me know if you've read the Christmas novella of the Bromance Book Club series. I don't even know what it's called. I don't own it. But I am on book 3, which I believe is Isn't It Bromantic by Lisa K. Adams. And then we have Crazy Stupid Bromance by Lisa K. Adams. Ooh. I'm trying to see who they're about. So, a hacktivist and a cat cafe owner decode the friend zone in this romantic comedy from the author of Undercover Bromance. So this follows Alexis and someone else. Noah. Alexis and Noah? Ooh. Okay, and then this one is, with his passion for romance novels, it was always a matter of time before Vlad wrote one. Oh my god, the Russian writes a romance novel? Ooh. Ah. I love that. Oh, ooh, these both sounds super good. And I just read Undercover Bromance in this reading blog. Like, it was the last week of May, and I did like the scavenger hunt type thing where I read all these books, and Undercover Bromance was definitely my favorite in that reading blog. Spoiler, sorry. But now I'm really excited to finish off this series. Also, if you've read this Bromance Book Club series, let me know in the comments below if I should also get the Christmas romance novella that's in the series. I think it's the last book in the series, but I don't normally read Christmas books. I have, but I've never really liked any of them. So, my fate is in your hands. Let me know. And then the last one is A Dog's Purpose. So I've read the entire trilogy of A Dog's Purpose. Love the first 2 books. The third one just skip it. It shouldn't exist. And I've started these like standalone series, so they're interconnected. And each one is a different doggo story. So I've read Bailey's story, and I have Toby's story and Ellie's story, and then there's also Molly's story, Max's story, and Shelby's story. So I need to get the rest of them and finish them. They're super short. They're cute. I prefer the first series, A Dog's Purpose. I prefer the original series, but these are just like giving more background information on them, on the doggos, and like I love anything doggo related. So there's that. I also I know that was 5 for the top 5, but I also need to give the Knock 'Em Out series another chance by Lucy Score. So I read the first one and I really enjoyed the first one. I think I've since unhauled it because I can't find it, or maybe I just need to look better. I have books everywhere. But then the second one I listened to on audiobook, and I'm kind of wondering if maybe I didn't like the audiobook, or maybe I wasn't in the right headspace for it. But I didn't particularly like it, and I was just gonna end the Knock 'Em Out series right there and not continue on. But I promised a friend here on BookTube that I would give the Knock 'Em Out series another chance. So I might not be doing that right now, Like, I'm not going to go out and pick up that book right away. But it's definitely in the works to try to read that. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. I will catch you in the next video.